The information provided on this podcast is intended for general informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. While we discuss topics related to vegan health, diet, and fitness, always consult with a qualified healthcare provider or registered dietitian before making any changes to your diet, fitness routine, or lifestyle, especially if you have existing health conditions.
Welcome to Good Vegan Meal, the podcast for lifelong vegans, people wanting to become vegan, or those interested in vegan living. We're here to make your lives better by giving you the information you need to succeed in your compassionate vegan lifestyle.
Today, we're diving deep into plant-based diets, vegetarian and vegan living. This isn't just about what to eat or what to avoid. Our mission, really, for this deep dive is to pull out the most crucial, sometimes kind of surprising, insights from our sources. We want to figure out how to not just do these diets, but how to genuinely thrive on them.
That's exactly right. We're trying to go beyond the general ideas you might already have about plant-based eating. We've pulled specific details. And yeah, some are pretty unexpected from trusted sources like Johns Hopkins Medicine, Harvard Health, and the NHS. Because what does it really take to make these diets work for you? Making sure you get all the nutrients your body needs without feeling totally overwhelmed. We're going to unpack that.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When people think about shifting to vegetarian or vegan, the first thing, almost always, is the health benefits, right? What did our sources really highlight as the biggest wins there?
Absolutely. The research points to some pretty significant advantages. For instance, these diets can make a real difference in your cholesterol levels, particularly bringing down that LDL, the bad cholesterol, which, as you know, can kind of stick to artery walls and really bumps up your heart disease risk.
Okay.
And beyond that, there's definitely potential for weight loss, especially if the diet is, designed with calorie management in mind. What's really fascinating here, I think, is that adopting a plant-based diet isn't just about the food itself. It can actually complement other really vital approaches for managing underlying coronary artery disease, things like stress reduction, getting enough physical activity. It's more of a holistic thing for heart health.
That sounds incredibly promising. But like any big dietary shift, it's all about balance. That's the crucial catch, isn't it? So what happens when that balance is missed?
Well, yeah, for a lot of people, making the switch to vegetarian or vegan is a really big, sudden change. And it can instantly lead to this feeling of uncertainty.
Yeah.
You're standing in the grocery store, maybe trying to plan dinner, and suddenly you're just not sure what to eat to make sure you're getting everything your body needs.
Right. And the nutritional risks can be quite different depending on the approach you take. Like if you're vegetarian, so you're still having dairy and eggs, our sources showed you mainly need to watch out for getting enough protein and vitamin B12. But if you go fully vegan, cutting out all animal products, well, that's even more restrictive. So besides protein and B12, you really have to pay close attention to calcium and vitamin D intake.
And this brings up such a vital point, and it's one of those things that I think often surprises people. These diets aren't just about excluding certain foods. That's only half the story. Crucially, they're about adding a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains.
That makes sense.
You just can't cut out meat and then expect to be healthy by loading up on quick carbs and processed stuff. Just eating bagels or mac and cheese all the time.
Yeah.
Our sources specifically warned that a lot of those faux meats, while they seem convenient, can be super processed and packed with salt.
Oh, wow.
The real takeaway, plant-based doesn't automatically mean healthy. You've got to read that nutrition label. Look for sodium, saturated fat, added sugar.
That's a huge point. Really highlights the need to be intentional about it. So, okay, now that we know what to watch out for, what were the absolute must-know solutions? What did the sources say about ensuring a truly balanced intake, getting all those essential nutrients?
Right, because getting a balanced vegetarian or vegan diet means consciously making sure you get all your essential vitamins, minerals, nutrients. And that means eating a really diverse range of plant-based sources.
Right.
It definitely requires a thoughtful approach, not just cutting things out.
Exactly. So let's maybe walk through some of the key nutrients to keep on your radar. First, maybe just some general guidelines our sources emphasized.
Yeah, good idea. Generally, you want to steer clear of foods that are high in sodium, added sugars, and unhealthy fats. Organizations like the American Heart Association, they give pretty clear daily limits, like no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium daily. And for added sugar, it's about 9 teaspoons max for men, 6 for women. Saturated fats, only about 5% of your daily calories.
Okay, so label reading is key there too.
Absolutely. And choose unsaturated oils and spreads. Think olive oil, rapeseed oil, and just use them in small amounts. Oh, and don't forget fluids. The general advice is usually around 6 to 8 cups or glasses of water a day.
Got it. Okay, now for the specific building blocks, let's start with protein. If you're vegetarian, seems straightforward. Eggs, dairy like yogurt, cottage cheese, those are solid go-tos. For vegans, you're looking at legumes, so beans, lentils, peas, plus seeds and nuts.
Right. And just a quick note here, if you have certain health conditions, maybe a history of breast cancer or kidney disease, it's really smart to talk to your doctor about which protein sources are best for you specifically.
Good point. Okay, beyond protein, energy, carbs. It feels easy to fall into the carb trap when you cut out meat, right? Our sources warned it's tempting to just eat more, like white bread or pasta, which can lead to weight gain, blood sugar issues.
Yeah, exactly. Too many refined carbs. The simple fix there is just choosing whole grains instead. Think oatmeal, brown rice, quinoa. Those are much better choices.
Makes sense.
And while we're on things that can be tricky, let's hit vitamin B12. This is absolutely non-negotiable, especially for vegans. Here's that critical insight again. You simply cannot get B12 naturally from plants. It's just not there.
Wow. Okay.
And being really low on B12 can cause serious problems like anemia, even nerve damage. It's a major risk for vegans, and honestly, even some vegetarians might not get enough. So a daily supplement is often necessary. Really strongly recommended. You can find it in fortified foods. Some breakfast cereals have it added. Unsweetened soya drinks, yeast extract like Marmite, nutritional yeast flakes too.
Right, nutritional yeast is popular.
Yeah, it is. The daily goal is around 2.4 micrograms. But sometimes doctors suggest higher amounts because it's not always absorbed perfectly. This isn't just a suggestion. It's like critical for long-term health on a vegan diet.
That's really powerful. Okay, sticking with essentials, let's look at calcium. Needed for bones and teeth, obviously. Most adults need about 1,000 milligrams a day. Vegetarians often get plenty from dairy milk, cheese, yogurt. But for vegans, where should they look?
Okay, so for vegans, the sources point to fortified unsweetened plant milks like soya, pea, or oat drinks. Check the label for fortified. Also, calcium-set tofu. That just means calcium was used in the process of making it, which boosts the content. Green leafy veg like broccoli, cabbage, okra are good too. But interestingly, not spinach. Your body can't actually absorb all the calcium from spinach effectively.
Oh, that is interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, it's a common misconception. Other sources are sesame seeds, tahini, pulses, even brown and white bread in the UK because they legally add calcium to flour there. And dried fruit raisins, prunes, figs. Just remember they're sugary. So best to eat them with meals to lessen the impact on your teeth. And like with B12, if you feel you're struggling to hit that 1,000 milligram mark, a supplement might be something to consider.
Good to know.
And that flows right into vitamin D. It works with calcium, helping your body regulate it for healthy bones, teeth, muscles. You get small amounts from safe sun exposure, maybe 5 to 30 minutes, a couple of times a week, depending on your skin type and location. Food-wise, look for fortified things again. Some orange juices, cereals, fat spreads, plant milks. Oily fish have it, but obviously not for vegans. Mushrooms exposed to light can provide some, surprisingly. Yeah. But the sources are pretty clear. It's actually quite difficult to get enough vitamin D from food alone, especially in autumn and winter when there's less sun. So they recommend that pretty much everyone should consider taking a daily supplement during those months. Just make sure, if you're vegan, to check the label. Sometimes vitamin D supplements are derived from animal sources like sheep's wool lanolin.
Oh, right. Good tip. And the daily amount is around 20 micrograms.
Yep, around 20 milligrams per day is the general recommendation.
Okay. Now for energy, red blood cells, let's talk iron. What's interesting here is that a vegan diet can actually be high in iron.
But there's a catch, right?
There is. The iron you get from plant food, sometimes called non-heme iron, isn't absorbed as easily by your body as the heme iron found in meat. Good plant sources include pulses, wholemeal bread and flour, breakfast cereals fortified with iron. Check those labels again. Dark green leafy veg like watercress, broccoli, spring greens are good. Nuts, dried fruits like apricots and prunes too.
And wasn't there a tip about absorption? Yes. This is a great one. Vitamin C helps your body absorb that plant-based iron much better. So eating iron-rich plant foods alongside foods high in vitamin C like citrus fruits, peppers, berries, tomatoes really makes a difference.
Smart. So pair your lentils with some bell peppers or have orange juice with your fortified cereal.
Exactly. The daily target is about 18 milligrams a day. Many vegans can hit this, especially if they eat a varied diet. But if you're concerned or know your intake is low, a supplement might be wise.
Okay, a few more quick ones. What about iodine?
Right, iodine. It's mainly in fish, dairy, eggs, chicken. So vegans need to be more mindful. Plant food content varies a lot. Some seaweeds are high in it, and iodized salt is another source. But the research suggests vegans often fall short, so a supplement might be necessary here too. The daily goal is 150 micrograms.
And zinc.
Zinc is found in beans, nuts, whole grains, lots of whole plant foods. But again, similar to iron, the zinc from plant sources is a bit less easily absorbed. Phytic acid in plants can interfere. So if your diet isn't super varied or rich in these foods, consider a supplement. Daily value is about 11 milligrams, maybe more needed depending on absorption.
Got it. Lastly, omega-3 fatty acids. We hear a lot about these for heart health, usually from fish oil.
Yeah, they're known for helping maintain a healthy heart, reducing disease risk, but that link is strongest with the types of omega-3s found in oily fish, EPA, and DHA. Now, here's an important nuance from the research. The evidence suggests that the type of omega-3 found in plants, which is ALA, may not have the same direct, strong benefits for reducing our disease risk. Your body can convert some ALA to EPA and DHA, but it's often not very efficient.
Ah, okay. So it's not quite a direct substitute for fish oil benefits?
Potentially not to the same degree, no. But you can still get that plant-based ALA omega-3 from things like ground linseed that's flaxseed or flaxseed oil, rapeseed oil, chia seeds, shelled hemp seeds, and walnuts.
Okay.
And always remember the bigger picture for heart health, too. Getting your 5 a day of fruits and veg, plenty of fiber, cutting down on saturated fat and salt, those things always matter.
Wow, that's a really comprehensive breakdown. It really hammers home that while plant-based diets have amazing potential, you've got to be precise to get it right, which raises a big question. How do you actually start this and maintain it practically?
Yeah, and the good news is our sources were very clear. With good planning and really understanding what makes up a healthy, balanced, vegan or vegetarian diet, you absolutely can get all the nutrients you need. It's achievable.
And probably the most important first step, it sounds like, is getting some professional guidance.
Definitely. The sources strongly recommend making a nutrition plan with a registered dietitian or maybe your physician. This is especially critical if you already have health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, obesity, even a gastrointestinal disorder. They can give you advice tailored specifically to you, including guidance on specific vitamins or supplements you might need.
That makes a lot of sense. Personalized advice.
And beyond the professionals, finding support can be huge. Connect with other vegans or vegetarians. Whether that's in person or online, you can swap recipes, share tips for eating healthy, and keep talking to your dietitian. Maintain that relationship.
Good idea, and maybe don't try to do it all at once.
Exactly. Start slowly. You don't have to go cold turkey or, cold tofu overnight. Maybe try removing just one meat or animal product from your diet each week. And importantly, replace it with something healthy, a fruit, a vegetable, a whole grain, a plant-based protein. Don't just leave a gap.
Yeah, replace, don't just remove. And finally, stay practical, right?
Totally. Make a meal plan that actually works with your schedule and your budget. Maybe try doing some meal prep on the weekends. That can really help you avoid just grabbing takeout during a busy week. It's all about building habits that stick.
Sustainable habits. Makes sense.
Oh, and just a special note. For vulnerable groups, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding or maybe raising a baby or child on a vegan diet, careful planning is absolutely crucial. You need to be extra sure they're getting enough vitamins and minerals for healthy development. For example, the UK's Eat Well guide, that visual plate guide, generally applies to vegans over 2, but getting specific expert advice for kids is always the best bet.
Right. Crucial for those life stages. So putting it all together, what does this all mean? It seems really clear that this is a highly personalized journey, isn't it? It's got to be tailored to your unique needs, not just some generic template.
Well, we've certainly covered a lot today about planning a healthy plant-based diet. From those sometimes surprising health benefits to the really key nutrients you need to actively manage and those practical tips for making the switch successfully, it feels like a powerful reminder that knowledge really is power when it comes to your own health journey.
It really is. And it absolutely bears repeating that your nutritional needs can change significantly based on your age, your gender, any individual health risks you might have, which is why that personalized guidance from a professional isn't just, nice to have. This is often essential for doing this right long term. So here's something to think about. Given that nutritional science is always evolving and our own bodies and needs are so unique, how will you stay curious? How will you adapt your own understanding of what a balanced diet means for you as you continue on your personal wellness journey?
Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of Good Vegan Meal. If you loved what you heard and you're hungry for more, head over to our link tree at linktr.ee/goodveganmeal. There you can grab our free PDF 30 high-protein vegan 5-minute meals packed with quick recipes and full nutritional stats for every meal. Perfect for busy days and plant-powered gains. And if you're ready to take your vegan cooking game to the next level, check out our cookbook's 125-minute vegan meals for kids' lunches, a school lunchbox lifesaver, 185-minute vegan meals, and 7 weeks of high-protein meals with meal planning made simple with grocery lists for each week. Grab your goodies at linktr.ee/goodveganmeal, and we'll see you in the next episode.